Namaskaram, my dear masters and my dear gods. Welcome to Meditation Magic. This is our last session in the series Meditation and Conscious Living. So, it was just an attempt to be a mic for the voice of the masters. So, as I've already told you, whatever wisdom you see in these videos is the direct wisdom of the masters. If you see any mistakes, they are my personal mistakes. So, with that being said, let me continue with this session. So, we have everything in our life, but we don't have ourselves. This is a saying of some great masters. So, what is that? He's trying to say that we don't have ourselves. Means we are lacking the awareness. So we cannot talk awareness and consciousness for poor people, right? So one who is hungry, one who has not eaten for 7 days, how can we say or talk about this consciousness and awareness? So this subject of consciousness, meditation, awareness is only for the people whose needs have been luxuriously met. People should be bored of luxury. Then only we can question our existence. Right? When I'm struggling for my basic survival needs, how can I question myself? Who am I? Why am I so restless? Right? So I am restless because of my basic needs are not met. So there's a direct answer for those whose survival needs have not been met. So this topic of boredom, this topic of restlessness is for those people whose life is filled with luxuries, and yet there is somewhere in the corner there is some restlessness, and there is so much of stress of loneliness or the dissatisfaction, underlying dissatisfaction. So most of us are happily married with nice jobs, sweet children, and all luxury. Yet, without meditation, we cannot be blissful. So, to live joyfully, only meditation is the way. So, our current life is just one chapter in the whole book called as life. There are so many people who have experienced such truths in their near death experiences. I think most of you are very much familiar with these near death experiences, right? Or else by now we are so much familiar with some past life regressions, right? I would suggest a few books on this, like Robert Weiss's Many Lives and Many Masters, and Anita Moorjani's Dying to Be Me. So there are so many books. If you Google on ND, near-death experiences, we'll find so many authors who have thrown some light on these subjects. So according to that, they say our unfulfilled desires in this life are carried to the next life. So every ending is the beginning of next life. So this conscious living is the most important thing in life, as we want a liberated kind of life, right? What is liberated? Liberated life is in right moment. In this moment, what I feel is liberated is I should be composed and enjoying the moment as it is without being restless of the ups and downs in the life. So again, this ups and downs is a little bit controversial, right? So when there is so much of duality in life, how can I be joyful? When I see death, how can I be joyful? Right? When somebody has met with an accident, How can we be joyful? What is this we are telling, like being liberated in all situations we are talking about? So this one is, this liberation we are talking is of the inner self. Means you respond to the physical needs, physical problems, being grounded in the permanent self, permanent consciousness that we are. So that is our concentration. So to be that grounded, so we can have, if somebody has met with an accident, if I'm totally grounded and peaceful inside, I can take proper actions, right? Otherwise, if I don't know about my true self and if I start panicking, how can I take proper actions at the face of accidents? So only we can embrace death when we feel we are not this body, right? If we are always fearing that I am this body, then how will I be prepared, fearless in the face of my death? So Lao Tse says only ultimate experience and living the bold truth. Then for them, such death or life doesn't matter. We should be understanding or realizing our own true self. Only then nothing matters in the end, right? So once you have understood your own true self, you have started living blissfully by practicing continuous meditation, then we can play this game of life fearlessly. Here, I would like to share a story of a monk. There's two people approach this monk and they say they both are working in one same office and they are being abused at the job. So this monk uses very few words to answer. So they both express that they are being badly abused in the job and it's very difficult to continue in that job. So this monk uses very few words. He just states, it's just a bowl of rice, a bowl of rice. So both the people got the answer. Yes, right? The job is just a bowl of rice. Why are we so much bothered about the abuse? So one of them takes as this as an inspiration and one of them resigns the job and he finds his own way of survival. He starts farming by his friends, experts, farmers' friends' knowledge and becomes an expert farmer. He is growing the food in new methods and now he has become a very success in that agriculture products. The other one, he continued in the job, getting some inspiration on that answer he got from the monk. Yes, when it is just a bowl of rice, then I shouldn't be bothered so much, right? So he can continue in the job and he started working in an optimistic approach. As a result, he became more productive at work and he got promoted in the long run and he came to managerial level. So these both people meet at one point of time and they discuss about each other's experience of life currently going on with them. And they both don't understand how come we both approached the monk at the same time, we got the same answer, but you chose to live in the job and I chose to continue in a different way. So they both decide to approach the same monk again. When they both said that whatever answer we got from you, it took us into two different directions. So what happened? Then again, the monk uses very few words saying thought. So just the thoughts that gave rise to them from the sentence they received from the monk is different in both the people's case. It was different resulted thoughts for this person, and the other person had different set of thoughts, right? So like this, we are all differing at our thought level. So this story is indicating that it's our own thought process which is making or breaking our life. So that is why we have been discussing at all steps that we should pay very close attention on our thought process. So the next thing from this thought process is we have all familiar with the story of fox and the grapes, right? So what happens in that fox and the grapes story? The fox tries to get the grapes, but in the end, since he's not able to reach the grapes, in frustration, he is telling that the grapes are sour, right? Now, we can extend this story a bit to understand our own thought process. What if we are there in the place of fox? And what happens if the grapes is unreachable? We may also comment like that. Maybe the grapes are sour, so that's okay. Like that. Or in case we get the grapes, and that time what happens? Though the grapes are sour, we may say the grapes are very sweet. So we don't know, there are various answers there, right? So we are continuously judging life with our understanding without experiencing the full existence. So what do we mean by here is, so whenever some situation arises in our life, we are immediately concluding something. Either it can be right or wrong. We want to conclude first, right or wrong, without understanding the full scenario. So it's like, for example, to take Hitler being history, then what's happening? Some people say Hitler is a tragedy in this history, right? But if we think in another way, with the existence of Buddha and Mahavira who have passed on this earth, they couldn't stop the wars happening, right? So Hitler is after Mahavira and Buddha, right? So, but still the war was happening. But now, some people, as soon as they remember the war that Hitler participated, created so much of tragedy in life, right? We all are scared at that tragedy, and we don't want to encourage or want the war to occur in the first place. So if we see in that sense, so the role of Hitler in this life is very important. Today many people are against wars with what happened with Hitler. So his life taught us a lesson in a way. So it's like just our perspective. So some people say Hitler is wrong, but some people can say that with Hitler's passing this earth, many wars are being avoided today, right? So the creation, this game of creation, we don't know how depth it is. So another best example we can give is the Mahabharata, the sage Dronacharya asking for the thumb of Ekalavya. This story everybody knows, right? So when Dronacharya asked for Ekalavya's right thumb, we judge, right? It is so much injustice to Ekalavya. We see Ekalavya as victim. So again, if we see this story in a different way, Ekalavya is just a hunter in the forest. Was it not for this incident of Dronacharya asking his right thumb, he would never be remembered by us to this day. And his Guru Bhakti would have gone for waste to show his Guru Bhakti, and his dedication to master that art without even the Guru's teaching, only with his visualization of his Guru. It's a great thing, right? So only when Dronacharya asked his right thumb that he became so famous. So maybe Dronacharya was in fact trying to give more importance to Ekalavya also indirectly. So there are different perceptions. So now, with a little bit of like confused thought process, we can say, if life is so beautiful, so how can the transformation of our life be so tragic? So how can death be so tragic? When Buddha left his wife and newborn baby, so there also we judge, right? How can that be called as right? And how can we see that liberation in this situation? So what's our take here? So simple message is, we should experience our true self to understand the nature of existence better. No masters can fit the nature of existence into our mind. This life is a journey, and we have to experience the nature of existence by digging into the depths by our own self, by meditation and focusing and gaining the knowledge from the masters. So many books we have. So we need to discover this nature of our existence by ourselves. So I want to say a disclaimer here. These are all the views of great masters that challenged my understanding. So hope we find inspiration from this discussion to further try to increase our level of consciousness and joyfully discover the truth. So the thing is, we understand ourselves as being the waves of consciousness. We think as we are separate self, right? And we are fighting to find our ground. We don't even think that we are the part of that universal consciousness. Actually, our masters are telling, right? We are the one part of the universal oneness. So without experiencing that oneness, we cannot understand the bliss of ourselves. So these are all the deeper truths which cannot be conveyed in such classes. So just this should be taken as an inspiration to motivate us to meditate regularly, so that we can discover the bliss that is hidden in our own self. So I will end this session with one more story of ending all problems in life. So there's a farmer who approaches a Buddhist monk with his problems. He says, I have a wonderful wife, but she doesn't listen to me sometimes. I have nice children. Again, they don't listen to me. Our village is so good. There are so many farmers, good farmers, but sometimes they are unjust to me. So like this, he continues on list of problems he has in life. Then the monk says to him, yes, definitely your life is filled with problems and problems and problems. And you can never experience peace in life until you resolve to stick on to one solution. That is the expectation of being free from all these listed problems in life. So, what does that mean? We label so many things as problems instead of focusing on the joy in our life. There is again one more supporting story about this. Similarly, there is a set of people who, like this, they say they have so many problems. So, a lecturer in the college gives everybody some white paper, and he asks the students to record their understanding as he shows one white paper with a black dot in the center. So everybody says there's a black dot in the white paper, there's a black dot in the white paper. See properly and observe what else you see. Again, they are telling this same way. Then the lecturer is telling that you are all seeing the black dot on this white paper. Nobody is telling that there's so much of whiteness in the paper with just a small dot. So it is everybody's perception of life that our concentration tends to go on just a small dot on the huge white paper. Our life is so joyful from the beginning with all everything taken care of, but our mind, the nature of our mind is to sit on the problems. So we need to notice our own mind and introspect on our own mind and contemplate, and we need to work on our own perceptions of the mind. So this is it. So with this in mind, we should always be inspired to enjoy the process of very living itself. We should recognize the process of breathing, how it is supporting our existence itself. So, this is the only way that our master has told to accept as our guru. Our own breath is our guru, and we should keep on focusing on the breath to reach to the bliss of our self. So with this, I will give you some time to interact. If you're not interacting, then we will directly go on meditation. You can unmute yourself and say something if you want. Okay. With this, we will start meditating, sitting comfortably straight with fingers crossed, eyes closed, with bliss in heart and a beautiful smile on face. We focus on our breath. Enjoy the process of breathing. You need peace. Let us shift and love. May all beings be peaceful, be joyful, be healthy, and be liberated. May all beings of the universe be peaceful, be joyful, be healthy, and be liberated. May all beings of the universe be peaceful, joyful, healthy, and be liberated, and be liberated, and be liberated. Hare Sham, Hare Sham, Shanti, Hare Sham, Purnam, Hare Sham, Mangalam, Sarve Santu Ram, Samastas, Yoga Samastas, gently rub your hands. Gently place them on your hands. Smile on your face. Full joy. Much for participating and sharing your energies. Have anything to share? Unmute yourself. Share. So, in this process, I have grown a lot with all these 21 days sharing. I have grown a lot. Thank you so much for all the love, the encouragement you all have shown. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you.
We are also learned so much.
That
Very,
is
very joyful time with meditation and your.
Thank you.
So nice. From tomorrow onwards, again, I will repeat your sessions. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, me too. I miss the sessions. I'm planning to
Okay, yeah. When I
start
come
again.
from India, maybe I'm planning to read some books. Let us see.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll be happy to join.
Yeah, sure. Because that's how I keep updating myself, and yeah, I got nothing to do. I just want to be in this. I want to concentrate my mind to concentrate on only such things, so that yeah, that thought process will give us some energies, right?
Right.
So I want to be in only in this thought process. So I enjoy doing
That
this.
helps a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm also grateful to all the technical people behind this. They are so kind to adjust to all my timings. So I'm so grateful for them also. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, very,
Thank you.
very nice, Andy. Thank you for sending me this too, and it's nice to be part of it. I've been listening to your sessions, and it's really good insight. Even though we know everything, but it's nice to listen, and it's more of a repetition and reassurance, and
Yeah.
I think it's much needed. It's much needed. And I'm glad I can just count on your videos to just
Yeah.
listen to or watch. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your love and your sharing and for your
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So all the best for all of you. Keep continuing. Never stop. Stop not till the goal is reached. To discover our own self, the God in us. Take care. Namaste.
Thank you so much.